For interesting and authentic recipes, subscribe to Crafted Kitchen and follow me on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. Assalamu alaikum. Today by special request, I'm bringing you the recipe of Turkish Achma bread. Turkish Achma is a soft, fluffy bread roll known for its buttery layers and slight sweetness. Often enjoyed for breakfast, it has a light, layered texture similar to a croissant, but is slightly denser. Made with flour, butter, and a touch of olive oil, achma is rolled into twisted rounds and then baked until golden brown. Its origin reflects the rich baking traditions of Turkey, where it's often served with tea and paired with cheese, olives, or jam for a simple yet satisfying meal. Perfect for those who enjoy a light yet rich bread. For baking recipes, it's very imperative that you have the right measurement and recipe, and this is one of them. I have mentioned all the ingredients and measurement in the description box. Do check it out. First, we will prepare the dough. I'm measuring 400 milliliter of milk in a heat-resistant measuring cup. Now I will bring the milk to a boil. Transfer the boiled milk into the measuring cup. To this, add 200 ml of room temperature water. By adding room temperature water to the boiled milk, it will reach to the optimal temperature for yeast proofing, which I'll do next. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar to help the yeast proof. I'm using 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast. Make sure to use fresh yeast so that the other ingredients do not go waste in case yeast doesn't proof. Give a stir and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes until it gets foamy. Once the mixture foams, I'm adding 100 ml of olive oil. You can use your preferred vegetable oil. Next, I'm adding 2 teaspoons of salt. We need 2 eggs. We will use the egg whites for kneading the dough and the yolks for the egg wash before baking the achmas. I'm using an egg separator. You can separate the yolks as you normally do. Transfer the egg whites into the yeast mixture. For the egg wash, I'm adding 2 to 3 drops of molasses to the egg yolk. Molasses gives a nice golden color to the achmas when baking. Our egg wash is ready. We'll keep it aside. For kneading the dough, I'm using my stand mixer for the best results. If you do not have a stand mixer, kneading by hand will work, but it may take longer to smoothen. I have transferred the yeast liquid into the mixing bowl. I'm using a cup to measure the flour. I'll be adding 6 cups of all-purpose flour. We will first combine all the ingredients on a low speed. The dough's texture plays a key role in achieving the tender, flaky layers that are characteristics of a good achma. So, texture of achma dough should be soft, smooth, and slightly elastic, similar to a well-made pastry dough. It should be easy to roll without being too sticky or too dry. When kneading, the dough should come together into a pliable ball without cracking or feeling overly dense. After resting, it should stretch easily but maintain enough structure to lay properly when assembling the achmas. Once the dough is well kneaded, add a little olive oil to make it smoother. Then turn the mixer to medium speed so that dough gets pushed down into the bowl, making it easier to remove from the bowl. Our dough is ready now. This is the right texture, what we need for our achma. If you stick to these exact measurements, you will get the best dough for this dish. Now I will add little olive oil to smooth out the dough and shape into a ball. Then cover it with a plastic wrap and let it rise in a warm place for about 1 hour until doubled in size. I have a hack to proof the dough. I put a glass of water in the microwave and heat it for a minute. The steam and warm temperature creates the perfect environment for proofing. Then I place the dough in there to proof for 45 minutes to an hour or until it doubles in size. You can heat the glass of water as many times as you need if you think the temperature of the microwave is dropping, and just leave the glass of water inside. I'm setting the timer for an hour. While I was proofing the dough, my neighbor and friend stopped by to give me some sweets. It was such a sweet and thoughtful little break. The pack also had some incense sticks that smelled amazing. So comment if you have a best friend or if you don't. It's been 1 hour and our dough is proofed. Dough has doubled in size. Let's transition into the second step, which is shaping the achma. I'm using a silicone mat to shape the achma and greasing it with little oil. I have enough to make 16 achma. I will divide the dough into 2 portions and then cut each portion into 8 pieces. I will shape each piece into a ball. After making all the balls, I will cover them with a plastic sheet and then with a cloth and let them sit for 10 to 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'll keep the butter that has been sitting at the room temperature, and I will also get the baking tray ready with a parchment paper on it. To make achma flaky, I will add a small bit of butter on each ball. Rolling achma dough involves flattening each dough balls into a thin sheet. Gently press the dough with your fingers into a thin rectangle shape, aiming for an even thickness. The dough should be soft and pliable, stretching easily as you roll it out. Be careful not to tear it. Once rolled, fold it in half, then keep rolling it to twist. And finally shape into a round, securing the edges. Brushing butter before layering helps create the flaky texture when baked. Repeat for each piece of the dough, layering them with butter in between. You can use any filling you prefer. I'm using chocolate and Zaatar filling to suit my taste. Zaatar is a Middle Eastern spice blend made from herbs like thyme, sesame seeds, sumac and salt. It has an earthy, tangy flavor and is commonly used for seasoning bread, meat or any dip. It is not part of the achmas generally, but I like it, so I made it. After shaping all the achma, let's move on to the final step of baking. Before baking, we need to preheat the oven to 200 degrees centigrade or 390 degrees Fahrenheit. While the oven is preheating, I will apply the egg wash on the achmas. Apply the egg wash generously so it bakes into a nice golden crust. So I'm done with applying egg wash on all the buns. Turkish Achma bread usually has nigella seeds on the top, so I will sprinkle them on each bread. It has been sitting for 15 minutes now and it's ready to bake. I will bake it for 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown and crispy on the outside. You can see how beautiful our achma bread has turned out and it smells amazing. I just cannot explain. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family and leave your feedback in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do it now and click the bell icon so that you will get to know when I upload my next video. You can see the achma are super flaky and very soft from inside. My other social handles are listed in the description box. Make sure you follow me there so you don't miss any of my other videos. Achma bread can be served warm, either as a side dish or its own. It's perfect with a dip, cheese, or as a snack. Achma goes best with hot tea or coffee as a breakfast. I really hope that you like this recipe and you will try it. Thanks for watching. Ma salama. Hang on, I've got some behind the scenes. Ouch!